What is going on, everybody? Hope you're having a good day. I thought I'd break out the hip-hop kind of body cam again, because I did in one of my other videos last year, and that got, I think, 2,000 views. So, you know, hopefully this one gets 2,000 views. Weirdly enough, I think that beat that I did in that video was the best beat I did on the last album, and conveniently, this beat that I'm doing here, I think is the best beat on this album, the R.E.C for Life album that will be coming on the 31st of December. What's weird about this one is it's finally the kind of beat that I've wanted to make. I don't know if you've heard the fantastic jazz. It's called Fantastic Music, their channel and their playlist, and then they have the JAZZHOP playlists on that. And I basically really like that. I've always wanted to find a sample that's good enough. Well, I've always wanted to find a sample that I like enough and then be good enough to make a beat like that. And thankfully, I have. I found a sample that was good enough, and I'm just dope at making beats. So, of course I'm good enough. So I made it, and that's what I've done here. So actually, I've already emailed Fantastic Music. I did that like 20 minutes before filming this. But if any of you know the guy or company or whoever runs it, if you know them or know anyone who's got on the playlist, then definitely send this video to them and just beg them on my behalf to add me to one of their playlists, because I think this suits it quite well. So anyway, what have I done here? Oh yeah, so I went through a load of samples and I started with this sample. Wasn't feeling that one. And then I went through that sample, and that you may recognise because it's the same sample that's used in quite a famous. It's one of those songs that if you listen to this type of music, then you're going to know the song because it's quite a good one, and I'm sure you've heard it. But anyway, I didn't want to copy it because, you know, I wouldn't want anyone copying my beats. But seeing as I used the same sample, there was only a limited amount of stuff that I could do. But because I'm dope at making beats, I thought I did it pretty well. I spent ages trying to come up with just another pattern. So I came up with something. I can't remember exactly how it goes because I made this a couple of weeks ago. Ah, that's what it was. Okay, I've got it now. I'm so good at sampling that even my brain now couldn't comprehend how I sampled that. So here we go. It's not just playing the sample. It's totally messing with it and messing with the rhythm and then muting it so that it's kind of like a, you know, I do three bars of this kind of, it's a bit lacking, you know what I mean? And then I do the fourth bar and it's all nice and flowing. And when you're listening to it, you kind of think, oh my God, that just works so perfectly. And then I'm just thinking, yeah, obviously. So then I just got some drums in, and what I also did was got some bells in, because I thought in the mix later I can just pan them each side. Weirdly on this one, I usually quite like to go a bit overboard with the kick pattern. This time I didn't. I kept it relatively simple because I realised that I'm not J Dilla and that I couldn't get away with it. So the kick is relatively just consistent the whole way through, I think, which actually does improve the quality of the beat. So I might start doing that a bit more. And that's not reverb from my snare, that's the reverb just from the sample. I don't know where I got it from. So that's it, and you can kind of hear, you can't hear now because it's not properly mixed, but I did sort of try and make the hi-hats and the bells work with each other. I mean, now we have got the basis of a beat. Just adding in all these fills. Oh yeah, so that I quite like. So it's just nice. And what I try and do is I try and keep the first three bars very simple and very repetitive. Then I try and make the fourth bar and then the eighth bar a bit more in depth. So I can't remember. I get all these piano samples in. Then I start to get all these horns in and stuff. So like that. what I mean? And it just, obviously I've mixed it properly on the computer, and you'll have to wait to hear the full beat until the 31st of December because it's just too good to release properly, you know, prematurely. But this one, I mean, I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest, because I can't really remember how I made it. It's one of those things I just did, you know what I mean? So what else have I got in here? I've got sample, I've got the blog, I got 3 pianos, and they're just, obviously I put them on different tracks because they're I think that might actually be a guitar, but never mind, doesn't matter. I'm in charge here, so I can decide what they sound like. But, you know, it's one of those things that this is just the very basis of it, and it's a pretty good basis, you know, let me tell you that. And it's one of the best beats I've ever mixed on the computer. I don't know if the beat cam has, you know, enhanced this experience, but hopefully. We should do a bit of this. It's just one of those things where it's not supposed to be like, whoa, you know, and everyone stop listening, everyone stop, you got to listen to this. It's supposed to be one of those things like, you know, it comes on, well, I don't know where it would come on, to be honest, because it's not really a club song, but it comes on one of those fantastic music playlists, hopefully, you know, hopefully they respond to my email, and, you know, you don't know the name of the song, you don't know who it is, but you just think, yo, that's a pretty good song. Yeah, I didn't really structure this video very well because I think I was a bit too excited maybe to show you this beat, but then also was a bit hesitant to show you the beat because I wanted to save it for the album. But yeah, that is the beat, and that's just a little taste of what's going to be coming in exactly 2 weeks' time. In fact, looking at my calendar here, because this is the 17th of December. I only got 14 days till the 31st, which is when R.E.C for Life is coming out. And if you don't listen to that on the 31st, or in fact any date in the immediate future after that, then it's just pretty appalling, to be honest. But for those of you who are going to listen to it, I hope you have a great rest of the weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.